Welcome to the Woodward Sports coverage of the NBA Draft Lottery. We're glad to be here. I'm Detroit Kool-Aid. We got Detroit Drew. We got my man Pistons Talk in the building. We also have a special guest on the line right now, Rashad Phillips. We're going to go ahead and bring him in. University of Detroit legend, their all-time leading scorer, multi-time Horizon League Player of the Year, and I can go on and on and on, but he is the basketball evangelist. He's going around right now setting the player eval world on fire, and we're glad to have him on.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
I know he's had a big week. I know he did the review on the player review on Bronny James. Got the feedback from LeBron. So I know it's been a big week for Rashad, and we definitely can't wait to get him on and ask him a few questions, get his input, and his insight on the Pistons. But what you got to say, man? How you guys feeling tonight?
It's going to be a great show tonight, man. A lot of things can go either the Pistons' way. It could go bad tonight. We got a 50-50 shot between being a top 3 team, from being a bottom team to, all the rest of the stuff in the middle. So it's going to be a good show tonight. I can't wait to get into it, man. We got a lot of great people coming on. It's going to be a good one, man.
Yeah. Pistons Talk, how you feeling?
Nervous, man. Nervous. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I hope we win the lottery, at least top 3 pick, but the pessimist in me is like, we're getting the 6th pick again. It's the Pistons. I hope it's wrong. I hope it's wrong.
Trying to avoid that letdown.
You're wrong for that, man. You got to be more optimistic tonight, baby. It's the draft lottery, man. This only happens once a year, people. If any team deserves a top 3 pick, it's the Detroit Pistons. Screw all the 5th pick. Screw the 6th pick. I trust Troy Weaver if we get there, but no team has suffered the way the Detroit Pistons have suffered, people. You need to get amped up. You need to smash the like button wherever you're watching, because if you don't, the Pistons, like Anthony said, it's going to be the 6th pick. So smash that like button, peeps.
All right. Hey, Rashad Phillips, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you okay, man. Glad to have you on. How you feeling?
I'm great. I'm great. Thanks for having me, fellas.
And I know you had that big week with the player review of Bronny James. I just wanted to ask your, how you felt about the feedback and the love from LeBron. I know you really put a lot of work into these player evals.
Yeah, it was great. I got a chance to watch Bronny with my own eyes. A lot of times when I'm doing these evaluations, you hear these preconceived notions about, these players or these kids. And you hear that he should be this or he should be all the way at the bottom. And, for me, I just like to look at kids with my own eyes. And I got a chance to watch Bronny up close, and I was very impressed.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. We got the basketball Yoda in here with us. Let's get right to it, man. Which prospect is the best fit for the Pistons?
Cade Cunningham, for sure. I believe Cade Cunningham has the fabric of Grant Hill. His aura, the way he carries himself, and I just believe that he's the type of player that you can build around. He does a little bit of everything, and he just has high character off the court as well. He will represent the city of Detroit, to its fullest, and I think he would be the perfect draft pick for Detroit.
Awesome. Is there another player that you would, say they don't get the first pick, say they fall maybe 2 or 3? Who should they be looking at?
Well, Jalen Green is another player that you definitely should look at because of the excitement that he brings. You look at a player like a Zach LaVine, and that's what I see when I look at Jalen Green. The athleticism is off the charts, but he's really worked on his craft of being able to get his own shot. He's extended his range, and he's just an exciting player. We need some excitement back in Detroit, and Jalen Green definitely provides that.
Yeah, and I like your player comparisons as well. For Cade Cunningham, you mentioned Grant Hill. For Jalen Green, you mentioned Levine, and those are some of the player comps that we had as well. So I know that we're in good company here. With the Pistons, they have 3 second-round picks. What should they do with those? Now, we know that Troy Weaver, in his short time here, has been very, very aggressive. What should they do?
I would use two of them. And given the track record of a guy like Troy Weaver, he's a tremendous drafter. He knows the game. He understands the landscape of fit and value. So I would use two of those picks on players. And again, given Troy Weaver's track record, I believe he'll grab the right two players with those picks and maybe trade it or trade two of them and get the right one. I just think that he's playing with house money once you get into the second round, especially if he can get a guy like Cade Cunningham or Jalen Green. We can really put ourselves in position to make a strong playoff climb if you nail these picks correctly.
Definitely. So, give us one sleeper from the first round and one sleeper from the second round, because it kind of leads into that. If Troy Weaver is going to make those picks in the second round or even use one of those picks to trade back into the first round or maybe early in the second round, who are those sleepers? Who should we be looking at as Piston fans?
I really like Aaron Henry from Michigan State. He's not getting a lot of love across the board media-wise, but Aaron Henry is a really good player. Tom Izzo has said he's probably the best defensive player that he's ever coached. He's 6'6", he's strong, he's an underrated athlete. So I believe that's a player that you should keep your eye on. Obviously, his familiarity of playing in the state of Michigan. I think he will be a player that you should look at, down the line. There's a lot of other players. Herb Jones is really good from Alabama. I think he will be okay. Like down the line in the second round, I think he could be a player that you can look at. But if we don't get a Cade Cunningham and we get a late first round pick, I really like Jordan Hall from St. Joseph. He's a player that really jumps off the board. To me, he's a dual forward, 6'9", can offensive initiate, can play make. He just really plays the game the right way. So there's a lot of options out there for Detroit. So guys should be really excited for what's coming up.
Man, we're definitely excited, hoping that we get a top 3 pick. Hopefully we don't fall in this draft. Just a few more questions here before we let you go. The Jalen's, and I think I already know your answer, but Jalen Suggs versus Jalen Green, who would you take and why?
It's all about fit. I like both of the kids. It's really hard to say who would I take. It all depends on what team I'm drafting for, But I've already spoke about Jalen Green, but I really like Jalen Suggs. He's a competitor. He's a former football player, so he's going to compete and play hard. He's a combo guard that just really understands the game. And you always want guys like that on your team. I don't think he's a franchise changer, but I do think he's a great complementary player that can help your team.
That's awesome. Yeah, solid player. And the last question, what will Evan Mobley be in the NBA? We know that he fits kind of this modern trend for where the bigs are, not where they're going, but where they are right now. And he kind of presents, I think, a few new wrinkles to what a center can be. Evan Mobley, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Evan Mobley is a hybrid post. He reminds me a lot of Jaren Jackson Jr. I think that he's the type of player, another complementary piece that can help your team win. He's a great locker room presence. He comes from great basketball pedigree, and he's a kid that I'm looking forward to see as well because, again, he's a 6'11", versatile, can stretch the defense a little bit, can guard a little bit. Obviously, he needs to put on a little bit of weight, but I believe that comes with age. But as far as the basketball skill characteristics, he ranks high up.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on Evan Mobley, Pistons Talk?
I mean, I've been high on him for the longest time. I think Drew can attest to it. I was telling you guys, you get Evan Mobley. I mean, we need a shot blocker.
Yeah.
To me, he fits a team need. You need more rim protection. I love Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah.
But man, that he got in way too many posters this year for my liking. Like, I love me some beefs too, but I mean, a tandem between those two guys, they're switchable.
Yeah.
You fix your rim protection. To me, Evan Mobley's a unicorn. I think he can do pretty much everything on the court.
Yeah.
That's what I really love about him. I did want to ask you, Rashad, a guy that I know the Pistons are reportedly high on if they do fall between like 5 and 6. James Bouknight. What are your thoughts on him as a prospect?
Yeah, Bouknight is one of the better one-on-one players in this draft. I mean, his ability to get his own shot is uncanny, and he's a terrific athlete. So again, the NBA has been predicated over the last 6 or 7 years on one-on-one scoring, and what James Bouknight brings to the table is one-on-one scoring.
You know, the one player I want to ask you, Rashad, and again, thank you for joining the show, man. It means a lot. We're thankful you came on, man. Is Moses Moody. He's one of these players I have a lot of questions about, but you look what the Pistons did with Sadiq Bey this year, where, you know, they kind of had, I don't want to say identical play styles, but they can both shoot. They can expand the offense and open things up in the pick and roll. And, you know, if you're going to develop Stu, that, you know, the post game's probably coming to his game. What's your thoughts on Moody, and would he be a good fit with the Pistons?
I like Moody. I think that he's limited in regards to one-on-one scoring, what we just talked about. I think he's more of a standstill shooter, which there's a place in the NBA for guys like that as well. Everybody has a place. I slot Moses Moody more as a specialist, where he's a guy that can play off other creators and make your offense dangerous by, you know, being that Joe Harris type of guy that, you know, standing in the corner, knocking down threes. I think that's where he's going to be really good at the next level. As far as, you know, putting the ball on the deck and creating his own shot, that's where he's getting out of character. But if you need a knockdown shooter and you already have a creative team, then Moses Moody is your pick.
I like that. Thank you.
Definitely like that. Definitely like that. And you know what? We're definitely glad that you were able to join us today. Thankful for your time and grateful that we had the basketball evangelist on with us. And hey, what are you doing next, man? Where can we catch you next?
Yeah, I got a little bit of everything, guys. I'm my desk is full of stuff. I got high school evaluations, college evaluations, prospects evaluations. I got so much stuff going on. My Atlanta Hawks are in the Eastern Conference Finals, so I'm doing a little bit of everything. So hopefully one day I'll come back on the show when the Pistons are back to its relevance as far as Eastern Conference Finals, making things happen. And I'm hoping that we can get Cade Cunningham, because we will see the second coming of Grant Hill.
Let's go. And, yo, one more question before we let you go. Will your all-time leading scorer record ever be broken at U of D Mercy?
Yeah, it'll be broken. Records are
modest.
Records are meant to be broken, you know? Yeah. Like, I had to break somebody's record to be number one. Yeah. You know, like, so you can't – I tell people this all the time. You can't feel bitter or sad when it's your turn to drop down, because I had to pass somebody. The person that I passed had to pass somebody. It's a revolving door. That's the beauty of the game. And Antoine Davis is a phenomenal player. He's one of the more dynamic players in college basketball, and I'm going to wish him well when he breaks the record. And I had a glorious time. It's a great view up there, and I'll move over and take my seat.
Awesome. Any last words, fellas?
Just thank you for your time. Been following you for years. Really big fan, but just thank you so much for coming on and talking Pistons and NBA draft with us.
Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure.
Definitely. Thank you for your time. Everybody, again, it's UOD legend Rashad Phillips, the basketball evangelist. He's probably the top player evaluator in all the sports as relates to basketball. So thank you once again. Enjoy the rest of the night. Hey, let's get that number one pick for the Pistons. Now, let's move on to the rookie review for the 2020 year. What did you guys think? Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart. We can even throw Saban Lee in there.
Well, you got to go hand in hand with Troy Weaver. And if you're going to be excited about next year, I know, again, tonight holds a lot of value. We got screwed in the lottery last year. We were hoping for another top pick. What Troy Weaver did last year is he emptied the clip. He didn't leave anything in the chamber. The barrel's still smoking. When you get a guy like Killian Hayes at 7 who's got a lot of potential, he didn't put everything together, he got hurt. But then you draft a guy like Isaiah Stewart, you trade up to get him, and he came in, he didn't back down from anybody, didn't care if you were a 2-time MVP and Giannis, didn't care who you were, he was going at you. And then you drafted a guy who just made the first all-rookie team in the NBA, Sadiq Bey. Not only did he break Detroit Pistons three-point records, but he broke rookie three-point records in the NBA.
In a shortened season.
In a shortened season. Yeah. If the year went on to 82 games, who knows where that could be. That's what Troy Weaver did in the first round. And then in the second round, he drafted a guy named Saban Lee. This kid was trying to poster everybody. Everybody. And their mama at the same time. He didn't care. He didn't care. He got guys that, you know, they aren't really outspoken, but they came in, they worked hard. Every time you watch one of the clips the Pistons put out, all those rookies were training hard, practicing hard. And you can see out throughout the course of the years, you know, they didn't always do what they needed to, but over the course of the year, they got better in certain areas. Sadiq couldn't shoot inside the three-point line. He eventually got better. Beef Stew went out to the three-point line, and Killian started to be a little bit more aggressive attacking and trying to find his shot and stuff. And that goes to credit to Dwayne Casey as well. But last year, man, I give this team an A for the rookie class, man. Maybe an A+. We got a lot of guys we can build around.
Awesome. Pistons talk. What's your thoughts, man, this rookie class?
I mean, Drew pretty much hit a lot of, like, everything he said, like, 100% agree. I think that, you know, if you look back to some of the media, like CBS giving Isaiah Stewart a C- grade, I think you go in some redrafts, they have him in like a top 6 pick. Like, Troy Weaver knows what he's doing. He's a very good talent evaluator. I think if you're a Piston fan coming into the draft lottery tonight, you can kind of be reassured that wherever we're picking, Troy Weaver is going to get you a guy that is a team guy. No BS. He's going to come to work, and he's going to get just that Detroit DNA that we all love and know. And I'm really excited to see where we're picking.
That's awesome. Yeah, you know, Troy Weaver, he just came in and did the daggone thing, man. A+ for me. Killian Hayes, I know there were some questions about him, but he came back at the end of the season after he got healthy, put in some work, put in the time, and he showed the flashes of what he can be. Obviously, I think that's probably still the biggest of the question marks with the rookies. I think all the other ones we see the arcs that they're on, but with Killian, I liked what we saw from him to end the season. So A+ from me for Troy Weaver, hoping he can recreate that magic this year as well. But we have our next guest on. We have Duncan Smith. He is the OG of Pistons Twitter. I know all of us have run into him at least once or twice down at LCA, Little Caesars Arena. Duncan, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. And I know, tell us a little bit about what you do, man. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, so I run Hoops Habit as the site expert over there. The Pistons they're kind of like my personal focus of interest, but Hoops Habit is an NBA-wide site, so I can't let myself get particularly, singularly focused on any one team, although I do have a personal bias that I have stopped trying to hide for professional reasons or otherwise. I don't know. I have a brand. I just stick with that, you know. Hoops Habit is the main grind. Twitter is where I kind of let it all hang out, so to speak. And I think that's probably where we, all of us, initially know each other. Yeah.
And I know we're definitely glad to have you on. Right now it's our prospect breakdown, so I think it's a great time to have you on. Hey, man, give us your top 3 players in this year's NBA draft.
Well, I'm glad you asked for my top 3 because my depth of research and knowledge doesn't extend a whole lot beyond that. But honestly, for me, I think that Cade Cunningham is the holy grail. I don't think that I'm unique in thinking that. And then just like sort of what I know from what I've gleaned, mostly through people who know a lot more than me about the draft and so forth. I think that either way you cut it between Jalen Green and Evan Mobley, I'm personally pretty content. I think there's a pretty clear tier 1, and then those guys are sort of like my tier 2. If the Pistons are honestly second or third sounds miserable, but it's still fortunate to not end up dropping as far as possible. So if they get one of those 3 spots, I'm pleased.
That's awesome. Pistons talk. What you feeling about these prospects?
Pretty much his top 3. I think that's most of our top 3 too.
Yeah,
I think it's like Cade.
Very inventive, right? I dug deep.
I think we're pretty much all the same. We'll flip flop on Mobley and Green with fit or whatever. But I'm feeling good about getting a top 3 pick. Hopefully we get a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
If we do, we're going crazy.
Hey, we have to, man. I got the good luck charm here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got the Drew Weisers in the back, man. That's going to be a good one.
I got Hooper in my office window.
There we go.
Let's go. We all got it rocking tonight, man. All right, the players. We pretty much all know Cade Cunningham. We know Evan Mobley. Let's get more into Jonathan Kuminga as power forward. So if we do so happen to drop, let's talk about Jonathan Kuminga.
It's not that he's a bad player. I mean, anytime you can go straight into the G League, and again, don't think of the G League as like the minor league team always. I mean, it's not the NBA, but there's a ton of players down there who could be potential NBA stars. You look at Chris Middleton. I think he's the first player in NBA history to make an all-star game playing in the G League or something along those lines. They got some talent down there. If you look at the Pistons, most of our young guys probably would have played down there last year. Those guys are now NBA ready. You have to give credit to him. It's not easy, man, being a kid playing against grown men in that kind of a league. Mm-hmm. I just don't know how good of a fit he is. He's a good defender. He's really athletic, but he's inconsistent shooting all the time. And, where we're trying to be next year is we're not trying to tank or be a bottom team. We need a guy who can change and step up right away. I think, if we get a guy like Kuminga, he will play, but he's not a day one starter. He can fight for it, not saying he can't get there, but you got to look at some of the guys that will be fighting for his minutes. Obviously, you got Jeremy Grant, you got Sadiq Bey. Then you got some of the guys like Diallo, if you bring back, that's going to be fighting for those minutes. Sekou is going to be fighting for those minutes if you could have a nice offseason. So I just don't know about the fit with Kuminga.
That's a good point. Pistons talk.
I got a hot take. If you draft Kuminga, Sekou's gone.
Ooh.
Like straight up. I don't think.
Spicy.
Yeah, honestly, there's just not enough room. It's going to be a logjam.
Yeah.
Are the Pistons committed enough to develop him?
Yeah.
And I don't think we know that they aren't, because we've had Sekou for going on 3 years, and his playing time is inconsistent. Mm-hmm. Are they gonna treat Kuminga differently? I think they would.
I would assume so. It would be their guy.
I honestly do. I don't know. What do you think about that, Duncan?
Kuminga is another guy that I am going to have to do some more research on as time goes on. I do think, though, that trying to really hang your hat on Sekou's future with the Pistons is probably not the best play. As you mentioned, he's not quote unquote. Pardon me. He's not quote unquote their guy, and I think that matters to Troy Weaver. If Sekou is able to show more going forward, that's cool, but I don't think that it is necessarily something that the organization is counting on. So I don't think that Sekou's existence would preclude them from going after Kuminga. I don't think there's anything on his roster that would really dictate them avoiding anything in the draft. I think that Weaver has a pretty good idea of where these guys are, and they had a great draft last year, but I think that more or less all those guys, Weaver, whether it's Killian or Isaiah Stewart or Sadiq Bey, I think more or less those guys are really good role players. There's nobody in that group, even Killian, that is going to be so good that you completely tailor your next draft's strategy around making sure those guys get run and get their opportunity. So I think that those guys can fit with whatever the Pistons do in this draft, simply because those guys aren't so good that they have to be tailored to, and they are good enough that they can, ideally at least, that they can fit into whatever the plan is. So I think cleverly sidestepped the Kuminga question, and that's kind of what I think. I think that there's nothing so nailed down in stone that the Pistons would not feel able to go after it simply because of who's on their roster now.
Yep. Well, hey, look, I know you have a busy night tonight. It's the NBA Draft Lottery. I know that you're getting you're going to be on a couple other shows as well, but we appreciate you joining us. Thank you for stopping by Woodward Sports and giving us your thoughts.
Yeah, my pleasure. Anytime. It's a real top-notch thing you guys have going on here, so I'll be back.
Definitely. Thank you, Duncan. Thank you.
Right.
And we'll be
Thanks,
bantering on Twitter again soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as we get back kind of into these prospects, man, outside of Cade, who's the one that is it Green? That's the one that just
if you go in like team need, you need a shooting guard. Like you could look at everyone on the team that played small forward. They played shooting guard at some point. I mean, Sadiq Bey played some shooting guard. Frank Jackson, who's so undersized, plays shooting guard. Like you need a guy that you can just score. Because Killian isn't to that point yet. You get Jalen Green, he can take some of that offensive load off of Jeremy Grant. Like, Jalen Green could be a number 2 option next year. I think if he's on the Pistons, he's going to average 15 points a game. Like, that's how special that kid is.
Yeah, I've said it before. We need an elite scorer. I told this to Joey the other day. I don't think we've had this type of or I haven't seen that type of a scorer since Jerry Stackhouse, maybe in a Pistons uniform. Mm-hmm. That was probably the last elite scorer. You can't stop this person from scoring. You got to go back to Jerry Stackhouse. I kind of want that. I envy that. Like I really would love to see what that looks like in a Pistons uniform. Just this guy's gonna go out there and, like you said, get you 15 points plus per game, athleticism, tough finisher. He runs the court really well. I think that's awesome with guys like Killian Hayes, Saban Lee, and others. What are your thoughts, Drew?
Well, in terms of drafting, again, going to affect where we go, but we have to learn from 03. We have a shot to get the best pick we've had since 03. And I don't want to jinx the show. I'm not trying to bring bad karma to the show.
Don't say his name. Don't say his name. It's voodoo.
I'm not going to talk about it tonight. Okay, I learned my lesson from last year. Last year, we were so happy, and it came back to bite us. It did. You have to learn from that at the same time. And if you're going to go draft a guy like, I'm not saying any of these guys in the top 4 are bad. These guys have probably the best shot to change the Pistons franchise, but you can't go based on need. If you think Mobley's better than Green and you're at 2 still and Cade's off the board, you take Mobley. If you think Green's better than Mobley, you take Green. And for some reason you think Suggs is better than both those guys, you take Suggs. I'm not the expert here. None of us are experts. No. That's why Troy Weaver's getting paid the big bucks.
Yeah.
That's why he's got 2 phones right now. He's already trying to make trades in case the lottery doesn't go his way. You got to trust him, man. Whatever he takes. If we get the first pick and we take, what was the guy from the guy with the bald head? He had the mustache, looked like Farva.
Oh.
If we take that guy.
Oh, man.
I don't even remember what he played for.
I remember the NCAA tournament, and the memes were wild on that guy.
If we take the guy from Baylor with the mullet, you gotta trust Troy Weaver, man. Like that's how good he is. So you never draft a guy with the mullet in the first round. I don't know when the last time a guy with the mullet got drafted, but you don't do it in the first round. But if Troy does it, trust him.
Yeah. Scotty Barnes. What do we make of Scotty Barnes out of Florida State, power forward? Is it redundant with beef stew?
I don't think so, because I think what would help him is his passing ability. His passing ability, I think, is something that a lot of us can agree, where I saw a comparison earlier today, Draymond Green. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, he can pass. And he's a really good defender. He's not just playing help defense. He's picking up the opposing player's point guard. Like, the guy's a dog defensively. And when you look at Florida State wings over the years, I mean, Patrick Williams from last year from the Bulls, Jonathan Isaac. Before Isaac got down, I mean, he was putting some two-way play together. If Scotty Barnes can do that, who's to say you can't take him maybe 4? who knows? I mean, you see it every year. A wing goes up in the draft. No one was talking about Patrick Williams. He was like a ranked 12th or 13th. He goes to 4th. So you never really know with that kid.
Yeah, and you know, last year we thought it was just smoke with the Patrick Williams noise. I know Troy Weaver, kind of his name was getting mixed up with that as well, and he turned out to actually be pretty legit. Maybe, you know, with Scotty Barnes, this is another one of those types of prospects.
No, I don't. I'm not high on Scotty at all. And maybe it's because I got a bad taste in my mouth. I don't want another point forward. I'm tired of wasting on talent on Blake Griffin. That guy's a bum. He's in Cancun right now. He's having some margaritas. He's icing his knees. He's going to have surgery in a couple of weeks because this man can't walk. And he left Detroit. He quit on your team to go play with the Brooklyn Nets. And guess what happened? The two-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Giannis Antetokounmpo, kicked him to the curb and said, bye-bye.
Cancun on 3.
Cancun on 3. Scotty Barnes is a waste of a pick, in my opinion, in the top. Now, maybe if you fall a little bit later, possibly.
Okay.
We don't need that, though. Why would we need a point forward when we have Killian Hayes, who is the best playmaker on the squad? There's not a guy on the team close enough to him. You know, they did that with Plumlee this year. They had him run some plays and do all this stuff. And it was okay when Killian was hurt. But when Killian came back, it slowed him down again. A lot of that was, again, to Blake Griffin, who is now no longer on the team. Bye-bye. Killian needs to get the keys of the offense. Run it. Push the pace. Run it. Then you have maybe Saben Lee, maybe a guy, if you draft in the mid rounds, if you trade up, or a guy in the second round, be the second guy. You could have Saben, like I said. I don't need another point forward, man. He's going to take away opportunities from Killian's. He's going to slow it down. Yeah. I'm not for that.
So no more Killian bringing it up the court and passing it to the point forward.
Let him get a high pick and roll. Let him push it. Do whatever.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this in this scenario. Let's say we're, God forbid, 5th, 6th. Are you still having that mindset with Scotty Barnes?
Yes.
Okay.
He's the guy I pass on.
What
he can't score. I mean, look, I don't want to jinx the show because we could talk about bad people we drafted all night long. We could make that the whole topic of the show if we wanted to. I'm tired of guys coming in. He's a great defender, man. By the way, he guarded point guards and kept up with them. Some of the fastest players in the league. That's what he does. And again, that's Detroit basketball, but he can't score. He can't shoot. He doesn't have any good rhythm shots. He can't push it. Like, there's nothing else he does but play defense, which is nice. It's just not first-round pick worthy.
Hey, Detroit with the Detroit Drew with the what we got over the Drew Weiser?
We got the Drew Weisers on standby. We're not gonna ruin it tonight by pre-gaming a little bit too early. But if the Pistons have a top 3 pick, guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna have a beer shower, peeps.
Hey, let's do it.
What we need from you guys right now, wherever you're watching, however you're watching, for 1, let us know in the comments that you're here. 2, like the video. If you don't like the video, guess where we're going to be? Like Piston Talk said. Number 6. We don't want that tonight.
Hey, we need all the good mojo. All the good mojo.
So I think one of the players we really need to talk about tonight is Davion Mitchell.
Davion Mitchell.
If you guys watched the tournament last year, if you just watched any college basketball at all, every time they played, guess whose name was coming up? Mitchell. And I know a lot of people are going to compare him to that guy in Utah. They both wear 45. They have similar names. Not nicknames yet. I mean, I guess if, the other Mitchell is Spider, I guess he would be Miles Morales. I don't know.
Spidey Jr.?
Spidey Jr. I guess you call him Spidey Sense.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite players in the draft.
Yeah.
So Detroit Kool-Aid, man, what's your thoughts on D. Mitch here?
Hey, look, man, when we were going through the prep and everything, and we saw that he was shooting 45% this season, I mean, it's almost like the Sadiq Bey pick all over again. I like him. What's not to like, realistically, with a player like that? The outside shooting is what stands out the most to me. And I think if you can have any lineups with he and Bey and Killian even, lights out. I do know we have Vince Ellis on the line. We have our Pistons expert. He was the Detroit News beat writer for the Pistons from 2008 to 2020, just about the All-Star break. He decided he was done watching some of what the Pistons were putting out.
I get it.
Who could blame him?
It's tough.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna ask him some questions about his time covering the buffoonery years versus where he sees the Pistons going now underneath Troy Weaver. So, Vince, are you here with us?
I'm here, guys. What's up? Two things I have to correct already off the bat.
Oh, boy.
Detroit Free Press, not Detroit News. Okay.
My
And the
apologies.
second thing, no big deal. The second thing is I left because I had told all the stories I could tell at the Detroit Free Press on the Pistons. And it was definitely time for another chapter, another change. Nothing to do with the fact that Pistons didn't win a playoff game in the 12 years that I covered them. Nothing to do with the fact that they made the playoff 3 times.
You remember
Nothing to do with any of that stuff. Nothing to do with the fact that I was actually covered a player mutiny back in the day in Philadelphia. Nothing to do with the fact that I got to watch Ronnie Stuckey and all of these different iterations of the next great hope for the Pistons. Nothing to do with the fact that they drafted Austin Day. Nothing to do with the fact they drafted Luke Kennard and Donovan Mitchell. Nothing to do with the fact that they traded for Blake Griffin and he had X amount of years on his contract with a whole lot of money. Anyway, nothing to do with any of that stuff.
Don't forget Henry Ellenson.
Oh, that's the bad.
Over Karis LeVert, yes.
That's the bad mojo.
Here's the funny thing about this stuff, and and I gotta watch what I say since I technically work for the company that owns the Pistons now. I'll be called to the principal's office tomorrow morning, but they always like the star suck next best. They'd always pick the guy we really like Karis LeVert, but they took Henry Ellenson. They really liked Donovan Mitchell, but they took Luke Kennard. They really liked Devin Booker, but they took Stanley Johnson.
Oh, man.
So hopefully those days are over. Hopefully those days are over.
Fingers crossed on that one.
Oh, man. Well, look, Vince, do you think that, because we heard this long list, we heard your tenure here, do you think that the Pistons have finally gotten it right with Troy Weaver?
Well, I'm one of the things that I would always caution people on Twitter, I'm not hot take guy. I would say signs are promising. The fact that he was able to get 2 members of all rookie teams, not necessarily in positions where you typically get those type of guys. Sadiq Bey, 16, and Isaiah, 19, if I remember correctly. That is promising. That's a good sign. But past success does not mean future success. He still has to continue to do it. He has to keep doing it. And evidently he hasn't nailed his pick. This is pretty much a very, very important draft. And I'm not even going to say if the Pistons finish first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever. They just need to get a good player wherever they pick. And I think wherever they pick, they'll be able to get a good player. I actually do think that.
Well, Vince, one of the questions I want to ask you real quick is that we've seen Casey get an extension this offseason. We bring in John Beilein. We just hired former Boston Celtics assistant Jerome Allen. He is now part of the staff, along with several other head coaches. To me, it's looking like we're putting all of our eggs in one basket and developing players. So I know this year's going to be kind of different. We're not tanking, but how much impact is this player going to have playing along, the Killians, the Beef Stews, the Sadiq Beys in terms of the future and how they're going to develop throughout the course of the year?
I guess it depends on who the player is. Let's say someone like Cade Cunningham. If you look at his skill set, and obviously he would be the guy probably as a Pistons take number 1. I'm not breaking any news there. He looks like a plug-and-play guy. I mean, he can shoot the ball well enough already. He can defend his position. I don't think he's going to be a lockdown defender, but he looked like somebody who probably could be like a high-level Chris Middleton type. I look at his game, and I don't see someone that like LeBron or Kawhi, this multi-positional defensive guys. But he's a guy, a 3D wing, elite 3D wing with playmaking skills. That's what Cade Cunningham looked like to me. Born all-star type guy, not maybe like all-star team every year, but gets an all-star team certain years. So I would expect him to come play immediately. I would expect Evan Mobley to play immediately. I would expect someone like Jalen Green to play immediately. But once you start getting down in the draft, like say if someone like Jalen Suggs, he would probably play immediately, but it'd probably be like trying to figure out how him and Killian Hayes would play together. But I know the guy Drew says he can't stand in Scotty Barnes. He's somebody who I actually like because I think I don't look at what he is now. The dominant two-way wing is the quickest way to eating caviar and drinking champagne. If you look at those type players like Kawhi, LeBron, Paul George, those type. You have one of those guys, you're in the playoffs every year because those guys do so much. But that being said, I don't know if Scotty Barnes is a guy you plug and play because like I said, he's a raw prospect, great athlete, great defender. But how much can he help you at the offensive end? So anyway, it just depends on who they pick, whether that person's a plug and play guy next year.
All right, what's your gut feeling, man? What pick? What do you think the Pistons gonna land tonight?
I might not be the right guy to ask that stuff because there's been years I thought,
come on.
and then the next thing you know, they fall. So let's just see where the balls fall. I think they're due some luck. I think we all can agree on that.
Yeah,
they're due. They definitely do.
I don't blame you for not wanting to answer that. You don't want to be the guy that says number 1, we get 6. No one wants
Exactly.
that.
So I could put you on the hook.
But like I said, we all can agree they deserve. They need some luck. And it appears like all the times they've fallen that they do some luck. They're due some luck.
Yeah.
At least just keep their spot. Then you don't necessarily get number 1. Just keep number 2. Just keep the spot that you earned by having the second worst record in the league.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's probably why they sent Ben Wallace up there too, to make sure that number 2 is secured.
Oh, maybe like Ben could give them a little luck and stuff on that stuff, Ben telling folks, you got to make them ping pong balls come out right because y'all know what's going to happen next time I see y'all. So
It might be Malice at the Palace 2.0.
Exactly. And the thing about Ben, he can look at you and he's like joking with you and like in a good mood, but he still looks like he's glaring at you, and you don't know how to take them jokes. Is he serious? Is he like joking around with me? So, is he about to like stuff me in a basketball can, or turn a basketball around, or a garbage can?
Oh man. So I know one of the things people probably don't know about you. I know it's really serious to you is that you really don't like LeBron James.
Here's one thing that I am nowhere near a LeBron James stan. I'm a person who could be critical of him. I thought the decision when he went to Miami back in the day was ill-advised. But he's a guy that I look at and I see some of the hate. This can be a bit unreasonable at times.
Not from Detroit Kool-Aid.
Not for Detroit Kool-Aid. But when you look at a guy who basically was anointed at the 9th, 10th grade as a chosen one, and you look at him, he has hardly made any missteps along the way. And let's be frank about it. He has more than exceeded expectations from that SI cover that was foisted on him when he was a kid. So, and he's one of the best players of all time. I think he might be the best player of all time. Him or Jordan, obviously, I go back and forth depending on what day of the week it is for me. So, and when people are killing him, I just sometimes it's the irrational hate. But anyway, that's one of the reasons why I'm probably not on Twitter as much as I used to be anyway. So. A lot of negativity on that app, man.
You got something from Pistons Talk? Any questions?
It's not so much about the draft. It's more about kind of like the front office shakeups. You know, we've seen like people like I want to say it was David Minzenberg who we signed, and then he left. There wasn't like no explanation to that. Is there like kind of like a reasoning behind that?
All I can say is, the release said both sides agreed to part ways. So that's all I know about that.
Well, hey, Vince, thank you for joining us again. I am ecstatic. It's Detroit Kool-Aid. I'm ecstatic that you decided to join us.
Hey, Detroit Kool-Aid, what's your real name? I don't even know what it is.
It's Brandon.
Brandon. Okay.
Yes.
Like I've known you for years on Twitter. And even from that infamous tweet you first came across my radar when you retweeted Kelly Stafford. Basically, tell your husband to stop throwing the ball to other teams. I mean, you went freaking viral. That stuff was hilarious, man.
It was everywhere, man.
And like I followed you then because that was how many picks he threw that day? Like 3, 4, or something like that. Because he got booed off the field.
Booed straight off the field.
Keep that
Fans
same energy
were-
when he gets a chip this year. Just saying.
Okay,
Hey.
okay.
Oh.
Well, all right.
Hey, look.
Detroit?
I was a Stafford supporter, but that game, it was like, hey, you know.
He was
man,
mad. He was obviously mad. And Detroit Drew and Pistons Talk. What's your name, Pistons Talk?
Anthony.
Anthony. Nice meeting you guys. I know all you guys from Twitter.
Yeah.
Hopefully this thing works out well for you guys, the Woodward Sports thing. But anyway, you guys have a good evening. I guess good luck, guys, and hopefully this night will be fruitful for you guys.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by
Thank you.
tonight.
Thank you so much.
Anytime you guys want me on, I can come chop it up with
Yes,
you guys.
sir. Yes, sir. Man, it was great having you on. And just to kind of recap these rookies, I know we talked about them earlier. Definitely want to shout out Sadiq Bey, first team All-Rookie. Isaiah Stewart, a.k.a. Beef Stew, second team All-Rookie. I think he actually had a case to be first team, personally. But, hey, we want to kind of we want to play the congratulatory tribute for Sadiq Bey by yours truly, Detroit Kool-Aid. I don't know if we have that queued up or not. All right, Adam is telling me it's a go.
With the 19th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Sadiq Bey from Villanova University.
This pick at 19 is headed to the Pistons.
Hey, baby, if they hand down, make them pay. Make them 3, 2, 1, shoot. Who we here to appreciate? Sadiq Bey. Hey, somebody tell Jay writing over thanks. Detroit got a real one and he's here to stay. Detroit got a real one and he's here to stay. Hey, go ahead, let your guard down and get banged on, banged on. Try to block the lane, he'll get his range on, it, yeah. Pat, left, right, cross, step back, drop, smash a rock. Ruby's looking big as an ocean, got the stones to keep on shooting. Better not leave him open, cause when bank shoot, just get the hoping. Hey, baby,
All right, and the first pick is in. It looks like the Warriors at number 14 and the Pacers at number 13.
So far, so good, man.
So far, so
I
good.
know we can't fall, past 7? But, hey, we're off to a better start than last year already, man. We got to keep this momentum going.
Let's go.
Again, if you have not liked the video, as it looks like San Antonio is going to be at number 12.
Yeah.
That could get a good player right there.
Man, I'm starting to get really pumped up, man. I'm starting to get pumped.
This is heavy, man. I got goosebumps right
I'm sweating over here, man. I'm sweating.
My palms are sweaty. I'm shaking. I'm
Lucky Charm
nervous.
here, man. See,
Charlotte got number 11.
these picks are coming in quick.
I'm just glad a playoff team can't get in the lottery.
Thank God.
All right, there we go.
Thank God.
Pelicans at number 10.
You know,
It'll be interesting to see what they do there.
Yeah.
Who's at 9? The Kings.
Kings.
All
right.
right.
Now
all
this is
right.
where it's starting to get interesting. 8, 7, and 6. No whammies. No whammies. Say your prayers. Eat your vitamins.
Who we got at 8?
Man, if y'all
All
don't
right.
pump-
That's a good
Magic.
one.
Oh.
That's a
Pump
good
that
one.
home.
That's
Oh.
going to
I'm
help the
pumping with you.
Pistons. Fingers crossed.
Oh.
It's heating up. It's heating up.
Let's go.
Oh, man, I can't even watch.
Who's at 7?
I can't watch. Come on. You're doing the most.
Here we go.
Oh, man.
The Warriors.
At 7.
All right.
We bite,
All
we
right.
bite another one off. Let's go. We got to keep it going.
Oh man, this next pick, I'm sweating.
So Toronto moves into the top 4
can't
with
look at
that
this.
one. Look at Van Vliet clapping. You're about to get out of there.
Get
Bye.
Drake off my screen.
All right, number 6. Oh, man. I don't even want to see it. Don't do it. Okay, see.
Woo! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Come on.
Let's go!
5.
All right.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Come on.
Cleveland moved up to top 4. There's only 2 spots
No
left in the
top
top
five,
4.
no
Come
top
on.
five.
Come on. Don't do this.
Don't
to us.
do
Come
it.
on. Come on.
Ben will choke you
Come
out,
on.
Mark
Don't
Tatum.
do it. Don't do it, man.
Don't do it.
That
Don't
troll
do it.
face, don't do it to us.
You're
do it.
laughing already.
Don't do it.
Yes!
Let's go! Yes!
Come on.
Go!
Come on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, come on, come on,
Believe
man. We got
in
this.
Troy.
Come
We
on.
got it. Let's go. Let's go.
You know what that means? Beer shower.
Hold
That
on,
means
we're
beer
going.
shower.
We got Detroit Drew.
That means, for those of you guys who don't know the top prospect,
Look at the
we are
worst GM in the
guaranteed
NBA.
Cade Cunningham,
guys.
Jalen Green,
Hey, Ben
Jalen
Wallace.
Suggs,
Yeah, Ben.
Mobley.
Yes,
Big
sir.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Man,
How we feeling,
Hakeem.
guys? How we feeling?
It's a win-win. We can't lose now.
Yeah. Bro. Bro. Oh, man.
Oh, man. All right, so now we have to wait for a commercial break for the top 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we have a 25% chance of winning the top pick right now.
Yes,
we also
sir.
have a 25 for the second, 25 for the third, 25 for fourth.
Fade for Cade.
Fade for Cade. I told you the NBA wasn't going to screw us this year. It's different.
Let's go.
It's different.
Let's go.
You guys, listen.
We went through all of our trials the last 10 to 15 years. We were overdue for this. The NBA realized
Talk
that
to 'em.
it's time to make the Pistons good again. We're not going to say great again.
Talk
That
to
phrase
'em.
was already used. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to use that one.
We might as well build a wall while we're at it.
That
build
was
the
already
wall.
done, too. That guy's fired. He got fired from the Pelicans as well.
SPG started the trend.
Oh, man, dude, this is crazy, man. I can't believe this, man.
Pistons talk. How you feeling?
Man, I am so glad we're not picking at 6th. All those OKC fans in my freaking mentions, we're getting Cade. Suck on it. You got 6th. No one gives a shit about your franchise and your fucking 50 fucking draft picks that you're not even going to fucking use.
Woo.
Oh, man, I hate OKC. I hate Sam Presti.
So I would
Look-
assume that the anxiety has faded
Man.
with the top 3 pick, top 3, top 4. Guys feeling good?
The
I'm
anxiety is
nervous
not
over
over
here,
with
man.
yet. Because
It's
at the
not.
end of the day, the fate for Cade's not over with yet.
not.
We're going to get a great player. We're going to get a franchise player to change this team.
Yeah.
But Cade's still there. I cannot tell you how game-changing this will be for the Pistons if we can land number 1.
Man.
I'm already happy. It's a win-win.
I'm tired of
I'm
these
telling you, you get
commercials already.
Cade, I think we'll have some seats sold out at LCA.
Yeah.
People are wanting to go see. Cade is box office. He's money.
Yeah.
Like, straight up, that's a playoff team. Not a play-in team, a playoff team.
That was about to be my question.
You look at
Who are the
LaMelo,
Pistons with
what
the
LaMelo
Cade?
did with Charlotte. He made them a playoff team.
Yep.
That's what Cade will do for the Pistons. He's that damn good.
And he's better on defense.
Better at defense. Only
Guys.
thing I think he needs to work on is being like he's a scorer.
Yeah.
He loves to score, but he's an underrated passer. He can take that next step in the NBA and be a really good facilitator. Not that he's bad. It's just that he's so good at scoring, he doesn't need to.
Yeah, like I know people are probably going to bring up his turnover ratio because he had more turnovers than assists, but I think what people don't understand is he was playing with guys like us.
Yep.
Like that Oklahoma State
playing at the
team
Y.
was so damn bad.
It wasn't the best team around
Oh,
at all.
you give him Sadiq Bey, you give him Josh Jackson, Jeremy Grant,
Yeah.
Beef Stew. I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to get lobs.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, he was getting trapped. He was getting trapped off of every pick and roll. He was getting doubled hard off of every pick and roll. I mean, you bring him up to the Pistons.
fingers
I
crossed.
don't want to jinx it. Bring him up to the Pistons, man, with the spacing that we have up here, with the playmakers that we have, with the fact that you can't really just leave people open. I think he's going to thrive. I think he and Green, Jalen Green, are going to absolutely thrive with the NBA spacing, with the pace of the game. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited right now, man. Let's go.
The two guys you mentioned there, Cade and Green, they can come in and play the two guard. I know Cade's a tweener. He can play both.
Yeah.
But with Killian, until he can show improvement shooting off ball and even scoring in that matter, he's got to be the point guard and set everything up. The thing with Cade is a lot of times he has trouble getting separation off of defenders. You know, one of the guys we talked about, D. Mitch today, he clamped him up several times.
Yeah.
It's just his ability not to create space. And again, like you said, he was playing with guys at the Y.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like they were D1 or D2 guys. They were YMCA
You can
guys,
say it. They
man.
were ass. I mean, like, straight
Yeah,
up.
I can't sum it up better than that.
Honestly, man, like I'm excited. Like top 4, like you're getting a player that it's gonna change your franchise around.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are, man. This commercial feels like the longest commercial break of all time. We're back, baby. We're back. Hit that like button wherever you're watching, man. Comment where you think the Pistons are going. This is the moment we have all been waiting for. Last year, we went through COVID. The league shut down. We got screwed out of the lottery last year. This year, Blake Griffin hurt us. Bum. Enjoy Cancun. But we went through our trials and tribulations. This year's our year.
Yeah.
And right here, we're about to get the guy to change the franchise. It's been long overdue. Troy Weaver is not going to mess this up. This is not going to be a SVG move. This is not going to be a Joe Dumars move. This is a Troy Weaver move. He's emptying the clip. Nothing in the chamber, man. This is NBA basketball.
Let's go. Let's go. You guys pumped?
Who cares what DeAndre Ayton has to say, man? Get off the screen. Let's get the
Get off.
picks going, man.
Let's get to it.
Let's
That
get the
girl-
picks going,
That girl's
ESPN.
trying to get the digits, man. Look how thirsty she is right now.
Hey, she's trying to secure the bag,
She's trying to
man.
get it.
She's trying to secure the bag. I don't blame her.
Not at all. Man, that
Let's
looks
go.
beautiful.
All right, so the top four picks: Houston, the Pistons, Cavs, and the Raptors. Now, where they go, we don't know yet. I swear to God, man, if Cleveland gets the first pick, bro,
Don't take Jalen Suggs. Let's be honest. All they do is fucking take point guards.
Wherever we land, I just want.
All right, here we go, man. Here we go. Come on, come on,
Let's go.
come on, come on, Cleveland. All right,
Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Woo!
Come on, come on, come on.
Let's go. Let's go.
No way!
Yeah.
No way! Let's go! Come on, baby!
Come on, Ben.
Yeah! Let's go!
Let's go.
Number one!
Let's go. Let's go.
What? Oh my God! Big Ben, Hall of Famer!
Holy.
Big Ben's jersey retired. He was the Magic Man. Easy, bro. Let's go. Oh my God! Oh! We did it, man. We got it.
You know
I
what?
don't even know you. I'm giving everyone hugs.
You know what?
Oh my God!
We got to retire Ben's
I'm so
jersey a
happy
second
I
time.
can't even feel my arms. Oh man!
Wait.
Oh my God, man. That.
Yo, did this really just happen?
It did, man. I am shocked.
Yo, hold on. I didn't plan for them to get the number one pick.
Bro, I
Sheesh.
was thinking 6. Oh,
Woo.
man.
We just gotta cut the show and just go party.
Oh, man. That's.
I'm shaking right now.
We're making the playoffs next year.
Dude, what the?
Man, I got to go order a Kate Cunningham jersey. Like, straight up.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite good luck charm.
It worked. It worked, man.
My son was like, "Hey, bring it." What?
Holy crap.
This is wild.
I'm shocked.
This is wild. All right.
I think I had a threat with Mark Payton.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna try and compose ourselves, man. Get everything back together here.
Man.
Wow. How you guys feeling out there, man? You guys better hit the comment section. You guys better be liking, sharing. I'm trying to see Pistons Twitter, trying to see what you guys are doing.
Oh, they're on fire. I can't imagine it.
Live? Yep. Whoo! Man, and we're gonna bring Lazarus Jackson in right now, man. I am pumped right now. Whoo! Oh man, I hear the guys screaming throughout the studio. We're still pumped over here. But we got Laz. We got the sergeant of Pistons Twitter. We just saw the news. #1 pick, the Detroit Pistons. How are you feeling? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good right now. So good. Like they got rewarded for doing things the right way.
For doing
Right?
it the right way, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Competitive team for, first 60, 55-ish games of the season. Flipping the entire roster over in a matter of months. Building a team to be competitive despite losing, right? Not going full, hey, Al Horford, go sit down. Like we can't find you any minutes.
Definitely.
Not going full, like, hey, De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
You can go sit down for the last couple of weeks. Like, no, they did things the right way and they got rewarded. And I literally cannot believe this is happening right now.
Man, once again, we got Laz from Detroit Bad Boys. I know you're an editor. You host a podcast. I know you guys are going to have a great time with this. I'm pumped, man. Cade Cunningham. Yo, can you say that? Just say Cade Cunningham is a Detroit Piston. Just say it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do you one better. So we got Cade Cunningham, Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant, Isaiah Stewart. That's your starting lineup.
That's wild.
Oh, man. That's
Day
a playoff
one.
team.
That's wild.
That's definitely a
pumped.
play-in team, right?
Yep.
You can do what Charlotte did last year. You can
Exactly.
make the play-in tournament for sure. And then from there, like we saw with Memphis, who knows? Anything's
Yep.
possible. And it took 18 months, right? It took 18 months and the right dude in charge. I think that's so key, right? Like the Pistons have been searching for the right dude in charge basically since, like, you know, Joe D, before Joe D lost his mind. But
I don't know what happened there.
And they finally found their dude. And it's all worked out for him. And now I got people calling me, blowing up my phone.
This is crazy.
This is
wild. Detroit Drew, you have joined us. How are you doing, sir?
I just took a shower, and I tell you what, I have never had a shower.
Like, Drew, is that sweat?
No, you'll see here in a second when they get this video ready, man. It got in my eyes. My eyes are on fire right now. I don't know if I'm crying because we got the first overall pick. If it was the beer, I don't know.
It's a little bit of both.
But this is the best pain I've ever felt in my life, man. I have never in my entire life, and I have a tattoo of all the Detroit teams on my arm. I have never been so happy, not just as a Pistons fan, but as an just overall Detroit fan. The Pistons needed this. I have been preaching this for months. Mm-hmm. So before I get too carried away, man, I don't want to steal the show from you right now, but I appreciate you joining, man.
No, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, it's awesome, man. I'm a big fan of yours over on Twitter, man. Yeah. You got a lot of great content over there. You want to plug your handle so people can follow you over there?
Sure, absolutely. You can follow me on Twitter at Last Chance. That's at LAZCHANCE. I host 2 podcasts, the Detroit Bad Boys podcast and the Pistons versus Everybody podcast, both available wherever you download podcasts, pretty much.
Both those podcasts are one of a kind, man. They're really special, man. I know that people who've followed you guys have also been inspired to do kind of like their own shows, or if they do Twitter, if they do their own podcast. Now, like when I started doing YouTube, there wasn't a whole lot of people out there, but then like I think one of you guys were out before I was, but you've inspired a lot of people. So what does that mean to you that you have such a big impact on the community that people want to be like you and do things similar to what you guys do?
I don't even really think of it like that. I just think that, like, you guys know this, we have a lot of really passionate sports fans in Detroit, and we also have a lot of really creative people in Detroit. And so they want to bring their talents to things that they're passionate about, which happens to be the Detroit Pistons. I like to think that the thing I do try to do is make sure I'm not like talking down on people or anything like that. Try to make sure that like everybody can eat. I'm not so like high up in myself that like I'm like, no, like I can't deal with you. You're too small or whatever. Like, no. Like if you're passionate about the Pistons, if you love the Pistons, like you have a place in this fan base. So try to make sure everybody eats.
Well, we got over 400 people. We're almost at 500 people on YouTube, man. We only got 154 likes. After that first overall pick, you have to like the video.
Like it.
We're doing insane numbers right now, so crush that like button, man. Again, man, thank you for joining the show, man. I'm sure they already asked you this, but I was doing the shower, man. Is Cade the #1 overall pick?
Yes, Cade is the #1 overall pick. Yes.
And my next question is, are you buying that jersey?
Ooh, that's a good question. I only own one jersey. I own a Reggie Jackson jersey, and that's because my last name.
Wow.
That's because my last name is Jackson, so it's technically like my jersey, right? Like,
I mean, you could get a Josh Jackson.
Is a perfect jersey.
You could just say it was custom made. I mean,
exactly.
Vinny Johnson.
I mean, like Reggie's doing us well now, right? So you got that going for us. That's a good question. Depends on what number he gets, right? It's interesting. I've been talking to people about this. Like, he wore 2 at OK State, right?
Yeah.
2's retired.
Yeah.
1's retired. 4's retired. 10's retired. Killian's wearing 7. Like all the good single digit numbers are kind of taken. And so it'd be interesting to see what Cade ends up being in. And that's one of those good problems, though, right? Because we get Cade.
That's a great problem. Like, we're talking not hypotheticals in terms of him being here.
We're talking reality, baby.
We're talking reality.
You know, and as an honor to Cade, I have honored this number very well, I think. But I will retire my number 69 Detroit Drew jersey. And Cade, baby, it's yours. Welcome to Detroit.
Welcome to the Motor
Come on
City.
the show, baby.
If he gets 69, I will buy someone a freaking jersey. I will buy them a Cade Cunningham jersey if he chooses 69.
I will buy them out of stock, bro. My entire wall, my entire room will be covered in 69 Cunningham jerseys.
Yeah, I don't think I've stopped smiling since they got the #1 pick.
It's like, well, think about this, right? Like, you finally have a dude, people are gonna like buy out their jersey, right? Like Cade Cunningham jerseys are gonna fly off the shelves. We're gonna be on ESPN a bunch, right?
Dude,
like we're gonna be on ESPN. We're gonna be on TNT. Like Detroit is about to be like on the map. This is nuts, and this is the power of like one pick and one dude doing things the right way.
Well, man, thank you once again for joining the show, man. We're going to let you soak in this #1 overall pick.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you again for coming on the show, man. It means a lot.
Definitely.
I appreciate you guys having me. I'm about to go record a super incoherent podcast.
Have a good one, man.
All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Number 1, baby.
Number 1
Cade
pick.
Cunningham to the Detroit Pistons. How does that feel now? Where's that number 6 pick energy at right now? Huh?
It's in OKC where it fucking belongs.
Yeah, let's go.
Like, honestly, man, like I just hate OKC so bad with the burning passion.
You know what? We stole their guy Troy Weaver, and he's making magic work here, man.
What a trade, man.
All
Troy
those
Weaver.
Photoshop. Shout out to MR Pro Designs, man.
Yes.
He said, "I will uninstall Photoshop if the Pistons fall to 6." We got the 1. I'm happy he's gonna keep making fire edits. All those Cade edits are a reality now.
Yeah, Mr. Pro Design, man, he's the best.
Start saving
Absolutely
those.
the best.
Start saving those edits. You can make them your lock screen, your home screen, your laptop screensaver, whatever you want to do. Because guess what? Come draft night, with the first overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, your Detroit Pistons are drafting the one they called the fade for Cade. And that's none other than Cade Cunningham.
Woo! Excited, man.
This is like when you have a great dream. We've dreamt of this day for months, pretty much since last draft. We're like, if we get LaMelo, cool. If not, next year we'll get Cade, right?
Yeah.
We woke up from this dream, and it became reality. We have the Infinity Gauntlet. We snapped our fingers, and the NBA bent to our will.
I think Ben Wallace has something to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think him and Mark Tatum went in the back alley somewhere, and he's like, "Hey, man, I know Houston's supposed to get that first pick, but here's these hands."
Bill Wallace came like, "This is totally my draft lottery now."
You know, I was going to make a video tomorrow because I was expecting the Pistons to fall as well, where, again, I would face Adam Silver in a WWE match, but this time it would be in a Hell in a Cell. But this time I don't have to. Adam, you're off the hook, baby. You can go to Cancun now, too, with Blake Griffin and enjoy the sunshine and drink some margaritas, baby.
I think he deserves to be your tag team match. Your partner, man.
I don't know if I'm going to go that far yet.
Not ready yet? Not ready?
There's still a chance he could screw something up. He could make a rule change that's going to hurt the K's performance or whatever. I'm not going to go that far.
Hey, no, it's
not going to go that far. But for right now, he's on my good side.
Hey, he's been known to do that, man. In 2004, we won a championship. He went and tweaked some things.
Yeah.
We'll see, man.
You don't want that to happen.
Himself first. We'll have him prove himself. Pistons talk. What's good, sir? How you feeling over there still?
You know what? What the hell happens to Killian now? Who plays point guard?
Killian. Cade plays too.
You know what? I think they put the ball in Cade's hands.
Well, yeah, but that's going to be for, like, scoring purposes.
Yeah,
when they want to get the ball moving and feed guys like Grant, because he's still going to be a top-scoring option.
Yeah.
Sadiq Bey's going to come back next year. He's going to be really good. And, you know, if we have to start beef stew, whatever, hey, that's cool. But for the offense to make sense and flow, Killian needs to be orchestrated. When you need a bucket, give the ball to Cade and get the F out the way. ISO ball.
Yeah.
You know how they had Jordan ball? Cade ball. Let him go.
Because they're definitely going to start together. They'll probably stagger minutes. Cade is going to need his time to just do his own thing. But like we said, until Killian develops more of that two-guard, combo guard to his game, it gets really hard to have him be effective while on the court outside of the point guard position. So, hey, look, start them together, see what they do. I don't think it's bad to have two elite playmakers on the court at the same time. Like I said, let's hope Killian develops that shot a little bit more.
6'7".
But, man, I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's let him play and let Cade Cunningham go to work probably after the first substitution. Get Killian on the bench, get him some rest, and kind of rotate him that way.
Well, you know what's going to help him out is the Summer League's back this year. And now guess what? The Pistons are going to be Summer League champions as well.
Summer League.
You know what? I thought they were going to be Summer League champions even without Cade.
No, we're Golden State. Yeah. We're Golden State. We got Clay, we got Curry, we got Draymond. We just added KD to the Summer League team.
That Vegas Summer League in August is going to be so packed.
Oh, man. I mean, when's the last time? Again, I don't know what the rules will be by the time we get to Vegas. but I would imagine there'd be fans there. When's the last time the Pistons have sold out a damn summer league game?
I couldn't tell you when. I was looking back. The last time we had a first overall pick, can you guys guess when that was?
Well, no, because I was thinking Zeke, but that was number 2. It's got to be Dave Being.
Bob Lanier.
Lanier.
1970. 1970, you guys.
Wow.
And they won that out of a coin flip. So they were lucky back then, and we got luck tonight. So I'm just ecstatic. I'm happy for Pistons fans. We have suffered so damn much.
So much.
Like, I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
I am. I'm gonna sleep good, and I hope those salty tears with the OKC fans.
Yeah.
I know really my girl's watching right now, and I don't want her to take this the wrong way because we have a baby coming next month. But this is the happiest moment of my life right now.
Let's go!
Detroit basketball.
Hey, man, this feels amazing. This feels great.
Plus, we're getting married next year too. So,
congrats, man.
Yeah,
Congrats. Congratulations.
One thing at a time. But this is the happiest moment of my life, man.
Hey, a lot of great.
I'm probably sure I'm about to get a text here like, I can't believe you just said that. But no offense. I'm just joking. Oh man, so let's go over the picks real quick, just so everyone knows where everyone's going to be drafting. So number 1, our Detroit Pistons, beautiful.
Say that one more time.
Number 1 in the 2021 NBA draft.
Drag it out.
The Detroit bad boy going to work Pistons
from the Motor City,
from the 313. The Soul Town, the Motown, Vehicle City.
Let me hear it.
Anything else you want to do? Anything else you want to name us? The home of Eminem. The home of Kid Rock. The home of Kiss. This is Detroit Rock City tonight.
Go.
We got GM in the building. We're going to go home driving our Corvettes, our Camaros. We're going to celebrate drinking fine wine tonight. We got the first pick, baby.
Add us on the Motown Classics and get it going.
Oh, man.
I'm for real, guys. I didn't think this was possible. Did I think, hey, top 3, top 4 pick? Yeah, I didn't think number 1 was possible. It's like we got it. And now it's almost like, let's just get to the draft. Let's just get to, can he move to Detroit now? Can Cade just come here now, find his house? Can we just buy his jersey now? Let's just get this show on the road. I'm ready for Summer League. It's like we're the new kids on the block. Let's go.
You know what's exciting about this though is no one can steal our guy.
No,
we have our guy, even if it's not Cade, which I know it's going to be Cade. But if we wanted Suggs, Mobley, or Green, that's our guy.
That's our guy.
Houston can't take them. They're number 2. They're not going to be ahead of us. Cleveland's number 3. They don't deserve the first pick. So have fun with Suggs. Well, good for you.
Another point guard.
Toronto, man, they got the 4th pick. Congrats to you guys. You had a rough season. I'm sure you'll need this player to play with Siakam. You'll have a good future. But you're not getting Cade. That's our guy. So then let's just round it up for the rest of the teams that, quite frankly, I don't give a damn about. They're not irrelevant anymore. Number 5, Orlando. Number 6, OKC. Number 7, Golden State. Number 8, the Orlando Magic. I'm glad they fell. They were in the running. Suck it. Number 9, the Sacramento Kings. Number 10, the Pelicans. We would not want an SVG team to jump ahead of us, so I'm glad they fell. Number 11, Charlotte. Number 12, San Antonio. Hopefully they can get a good guy there. 13, the Pacers. And 14, the Warriors. So we're top of the world, man. This is our NBA championship this year.
Doesn't feel real.
Top of it doesn't. I'm still sitting here just like, this is not real.
I would say the beer on me right now feels real. It hit me. my shirt's soaked. I smell like beer. I smell like a bar at closing time right now. It feels real.
Man.
I'm going to sleep good. I can go home right now and sleep on the couch, and that would be the best night's sleep I've ever gotten.
Just ecstatic,
What I just said about this being the happiest day of my life, I could sleep on the couch tonight. I don't know, so we'll have to find out.
Yeah.
The best part about it is ESPN, Bleacher Report, House of Highlights, they have to talk about us now. They have to. They have to. And it's probably going to cringe because Cade's going to get you national media. Cade's going to sell tickets. It's going to be nothing but Cade downtown Detroit.
You go back to Cleveland when they got LeBron. That's all they talked about. It doesn't matter your market. That's why when they say it's a small team or a small market, I wipe my ass with that statement. I don't care about
Straight
that.
up.
No, the media will be here now.
The
This
media is
large
going
now.
to be here. The Detroit Pistons fans are the most faithful. We've been through it all. And now that we got a superstar potential player,
We deserve this.
a future MVP candidate, a future Finals MVP, a future NBA champion type player.
Yeah.
Not saying he's going to get there, but a potential future Hall of Famer. LCA is going to be sold out. Back to the 04 team. They broke an NBA record for selling out the Palace of Auburn Hills. Rest in peace. They sold out the record for most consecutive sellouts throughout a couple year span.
Yeah.
That's Detroit basketball fans right there.
Yeah.
And now that we got Cade, guess what? We're going to break some more records.
Definitely going to. And it's what fans have been waiting for. It started before the #1 pick, and maybe the basketball guys said, you know what? The Pistons got somebody in place who can handle the #1 pick. You know, I like where Troy is going with things. This is obviously a no-brainer. It's not going to be a lot of work for him to do. Obviously, the focus, I think, now shifts to the 3 second-round picks. And what's he going to do at the bottom end of that roster?
I want to tell you, so that first-round pick, that's going to cost $10 million.
Oh.
So, yeah, those 3 seconds, I think we're going to draft and stash or trade them.
Yeah.
Because you necessarily, do you bring back Diallo? Because now you have Cade
With
and Killian?
Cade, no, you don't need to. The real question now is, since
world of
Diallo is a Troy Weaver guy, are you going to bring back Frank Jackson, who's probably going to be cheaper?
Yeah.
Or are you going to bring back Diallo, who's going to be a little bit more expensive, but he brings more defensive skills? And, Frank Jackson right now is a better offensive player. Diallo, if he ever gets it going, will be, though. So, I mean, again, hey, that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
One thing at a time. We got to process this.
I'm
first.
thinking of all the numbers. Like, okay, there goes half our cap space.
Worth it. Hey,
It's worth it.
It is worth it.
Let's
It's
start a
worth it, man.
GoFundMe. We'll start a GoFundMe for getting Blake's contract out of here, so that way we can get some nice free agents, because we're still going to need a center.
Yeah.
Second round, we might look for another center, because Baumley ain't going to fit with this team now.
Well, I feel bad because Reggie Jackson is in L.A. We could have met up at Applebee's after, you know? I mean, straight up.
Oh, man. Guys.
Hey, you know who we
Reality.
can meet at Applebee's? Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
Hey, Blake, you want to go half-seas on some wings?
Hey, look, man, we got listen, man, we working on the diss song now, man. I'm gonna need you guys to be on there. Detroit Drew, you got my ad libs for the Blake Griffin diss song.
I can come on there and spit some bars. It'll probably be some pretty cringy bars.
Let's do it.
But I can give it a go.
We're gonna do it, man. We're gonna make it work.
Hey, Drew, question for you.
Yes.
Why do you look like you're soaking wet right now?
This is called the Drew Weiser shower, baby. Look, I got it everywhere, man. It's in the beard. My face is sticky. My eyes are on fire right now. We had to celebrate getting the first overall pick by opening a can on the NBA and having a good time.
We're live here at Woodward. The Pistons got the first overall pick, and to celebrate, I already got one. Go ahead and toss the second one. We're going to go ahead and do a little beer bash. We did this for 4K. We do this on special occasions. Let me go ahead and get this going, man. Woodward Sports, baby. Let's go!
Let's go!
Number 1, baby. Let's go!
Woo!
Yeah!
Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful performance. Wonderful.
Hold your applause until the end of the show. Thank you. Thank you.
Man, it's like we just got the first overall pick all over again.
It is. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, man, because this show is not going to get any better than this. There's nothing we can say anymore that's going to top this. We got the cherry on the cake on Cade. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go through the room, give me your final reactions to this, and we're going to get the peeps out of their way so they can go home and soak up what happened. So Pistons talk, we'll start with you first, man. Just final thoughts on what happened tonight.
Man, our franchise is going to change. Not a playing team, a playoff team. Like Yoda said, Grant Hill. Pistons fans know who Grant Hill is.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham is that dude. You guys can rest assured that we will be back in the playoffs. We'll win our first playoff game in how many freaking years has it been? Like 13, 14?
Too many.
We're going to be winning a playoff game very soon with Cade Cunningham as just a franchise player. So happy we got it, but, man, I'm on cloud 9 right now.
Detroit Kool-Aid, baby. You got Kool-Aid in your name. Are you sipping the Kool-Aid?
We talking about Kool-Aid? Are we talking about Kool-Aid? Because I am. I'm drinking all of it tonight, man. I'm eating Kool-Aid cheesecake for a week. I'm drinking, Kool-Aid shower when I get home. Yo, Cloud 9, is there anything above that? Because that's where I'm at, yo. Like, this was something I didn't fathom. I was fully prepared for, okay, we could drop. I was getting prepared for that. We got number 1. I was like, hey, we're
one, baby.
2, 3, 4,
Number
maybe.
1.
Number 1, let's go. Like, let's go. Let's go. Cade Cunningham. There's nothing more to say. We know who he is. Hey, heir apparent, man. Hopefully we do good by him. I'm sure Troy is going to put the right pieces together. We already see the groundwork, and in a couple years, I think this team is going to be a contender.
I already want
in the East
the Pistons to play the Brooklyn Nets in the first round of the playoffs next year. I want to see Cade posterize Blake Griffin, but we'll have to get there at a certain point in time.
Okay,
even if Blake doesn't resign there. But just final reactions, man. The beer tastes good tonight. The weather's crisp. All is good in the world. The heavens opened up on the Pistons and shined their lights down on us. For once, the basketball gods did not shun us. Testify, baby. Testify. So we're going to go ahead and end the show. Before we do, shout out to our sponsor, 8 Mile Vodka, born in Detroit. We are going to be drinking that entire 5th tonight to celebrate, baby. Go buy yourself a bottle if you want to be like Woodward Sports. If you want to be like Detroit Drew, Pistons Talk, and Detroit Kool-Aid, go buy some 8 Mile Vodka. It is really, really good. But with that being said, man, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Make sure you guys subscribe to Woodward, not only on Instagram, not only on Twitter, but right here on YouTube. We have almost 600 people in here. I want to see our numbers go up by over 600, man, because after you're watching, you're going to want to see Detroit Drew do the beer shower again.
Let's go.
You're going to want to see us all wooing, jumping around like a bunch of animals in the zoo.
The good luck bear.
The good luck bear, man. The good
Come
luck
on.
bear. Big Ben and the good luck bear. That's
go.
what's going down in Detroit Pistons history. But you guys have a good night, man. Thank you for tuning in. Go Pistons and go Cade, baby.
Go Pistons. Let's go Pistons. Woodward Sports, let's go. I think Woodward Sports has something to do with this year.
Yes, sir.